We back on Twitch. I'm sorry. I hit the CEO. Are we good? I say it ain't crap. Man, what going on, man? Yeah, I think that might be a little hiccup, man. Might be a little hiccup. We gonna figure this shit out. Shit. Big Ack in the building, bro. Alright, I ain't gonna lie, I had to pop back on those other platforms. I had to come back real quick. Like, come on, man. Come on now. When Big Ack in a spot, you can't really make it hot like that. Like, I had to pop back on. Hey, come on now. We can't do no crashing today. Big Ack is here. Okay, all right. Anyway, yeah, apparently this is one of the most lit dudes in the DR right here. Okay, I see what's going on. And then this is him in the DR again. This guy is super lit as well. And then from what I hear, let me see. This guy right here, apparently he's like this guy ghost writes for everybody in Puerto Rico. I don't know what the fuck. Like, they told me all type of shit. They told me all type of shit, man. All right. Back in the building, people. Oh, man. Now we are here. We are here, man. I think that was a hiccup with Rumble. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think it was a little slight hiccup. Oh, never mind. It didn't crash. All right, whatever. All right, people. So, I like this wave that 6ix9ine been going on, and I'm glad that he's having fun with it. He's having fun with it. I'm only worried about when he's coming back to hip hop and how that's gonna look. I'm just worried how that's gonna look because, you know, I think he's having fun here. It's feel good music. He could make music about love, music about women, music about togetherness, music about turning up. In hip hop, people want to hear him talk spicy. People want to hear him invite people to his private parts, and I think that's where, you know, I personally like, you know, like, for example, even Gunna, like, bro, we don't want to hear Gunna talk tough no more. Like, talk about your drip and this and third. Now, does 6ix9ine have a content palette in music that would sound good if he didn't talk gangsta? I don't know. I really don't know. So that's the part we are at with that. Anyway, we kicking it. Let me see what else is kind of going on in the streets. By the way, there's a show. Apparently, there's a show on There's a show on Netflix called like Love is Blind. I don't even know what the fuck this is, but watch this shit right here.
So I can't love you because I'm attracted to Josh. I just saw Josh, and there is some chemistry.
So what was the talk about?
It was him basically confessing his feelings.
What are you saying to me right now?
I don't want to be with you anymore, and
You want to be with Josh?
I will find that out.
Okay, Jackie. That is very hurtful.
I'm just telling you, Marshall, that I just can't be with you. I can't.
I would like the ring back because I don't think that you deserve it. Because you should never have accepted my proposal.
Well, I'm gonna keep the ring because I accepted it because I wanted to marry you. Everything I told you in that pod was real.
And you know what? I don't even care. You can keep the ring.
Yeah, all right. Fuck all of that shit. Now, salute to my oldest brother. You know, he got remarried, so he happy and shit. But I told my brother the same thing, man. He was with a scallywag who did some shit. Told my she want another nigga, and he ain't get the ring back. You gotta get your ring back, man. My boy should have told her, yo, bitch, listen, this is what we finna do, man. I'm leaving with that ring or I'm leaving with the finger. I'm leaving with a ring or I'm leaving with a finger, man. Stop fucking playing with me. I'm leaving with a ring or the finger. But I'm leaving with something today. So essentially, this woman, and apparently this is some show on Netflix, but it's like reality based. This woman is telling this dude, right? Yo, bro, check this out. I know you proposed to me, but like, I got a connection with another dude. Me and him talked. Think I like him. And I kind of want to go check him out. You feel me? He's like, yo, I need my ring back. Like, what's going on? Like, I proposed to you. She's like, well, not going to give you the ring back because, you know, you proposed to me and I did accept it. I just changed my mind. And for me, you know, this could be fake or it could be real. You know, it's crazy that Netflix and these other like places, these platforms, they only like putting out shows that shows the pussification of dudes. You know what I mean? Like if they could emasculate men, it's like, yo, let's go, green light. You know, it's like showing some dude at his weakest moment because his woman is choosing to go somewhere else. And I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to choose or do whatever she wants, but like this whole type of like interaction is just so simpish, corny. You know what I mean? It propagates this ongoing theme that, you know, there's just helpless dudes like this guy who just is hoping for relationships or whatever with these women who are basically just choosing. And you can just see the pain in this guy's eyes. I just think this is capping. I think this is an agenda type shit being pushed. You know what I mean? Like, granted, it's going to sell because Netflix, you know, unless they're standing behind somebody like Dave Chappelle, they're gonna push all the woke shit possible. But this is whack. You feel me? I don't know if have you guys seen this type of stuff? Like, emasculate this dude to the core, right? And the reason why it's going viral is because all of his answers are like somebody who is emasculated. Like, oh, okay. Like, eventually he says you're going to hear it now. Oh, keep the ring. Like, bro, you asked for your ring. She told you you're not getting the ring. And then you're acting like you're making a choice by saying keep the ring. Listen.
Every time you look at that thing, whatever you do with it, I want you to be reminded that you passed up on something great.
Okay. Marshall.
Bro, she's not about to look back at that. She's about to pawn that ring, you fucking idiot. She's about to be bouncing on another fucking cock like a pogo stick, gang. You think she's going to be like looking at that ring, contemplating about your lame ass fool? No. She's going to sell the ring. She's bouncing another dick already. And by the way, you know how women are, bro. She's about to take the money she got from selling and pawning the ring to go buy her a nigga some Jordans or some designer shit. She not thinking about you. Yo, one of the things that I think we've just become, like, people have snapped out of is like, you know, the delusion of what love is. Like, oh, people are in love and blah, blah, blah happened. No, you just realize, like, yo, the real world reality of things is that love do exist, but griminess is here too. Like, people now more than ever before, men and women alike, realize that they have options. Realize that, like, this ain't your grandfather and grandmother getting together where it's like all that shit about for better or for worse. Man, you tell these bitches, or you tell these niggas, if you're a female, that you lost your job or you lost something that's beneficial to them, whatever that is, they're out. Like, you know, shit. Like, you know, again, I'm not being one-sided with this. For y'all females, keep thinking that nigga just love you because of whatever. Stop sucking his dick or gain 30 pounds. He's leaving. He's cheating. That's how it works. You know what I mean? Like, we're just realizing now that love is a thing, but most what we call relationships are super transactional. If you don't have some value or not giving something that the other person depends on, they could easily go to someone else, or that's as much as the worth you have. You get what I mean? Like, you could have this not realistic. Like, oh no, this person, whatever, whatever. But no, that's not true, bro. You get what I mean? Like, she's not gonna be looking at that ring thinking about you, nigga. She's on fucking national TV telling you you are fucking lame. Why would she do that? Somebody said, oh, this is a show for females. Probably is. Like, I don't watch shit like this. Like, these days, if you look at the messages being pumped into relationships, it's everything is pumped in about opportunity. You know, it's not about, you know, okay, love. Like, the whole thing about love is blind, like, that's not even true, right? Like, some people believe that still exists because they're like, oh, somebody could be in love with somebody who they feel isn't as attractive as somebody else. Bro, these days attraction triggers are different for people. Like, women find money attractive. You feel me? It's like, nigga, you can look any way you want to look. If you don't got my bank account and I show up, she gonna be like, well, this nigga gonna have me on the yachts and gonna have me in the Lambos. I want that. Like things are very much different. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like they're kind of trying to program younger kids now to kind of look at things in a different way, in a woke perspective, trying to recreate, you know, like chivalry and all these things back again. Yet it's going to be skewed because, again, I always said chivalry is killed by, not going to give you the red pill talking points about like feminism and shit like that, but it's killed by the times we live in. Like, if a woman is preaching or accepting certain ideology that she's a boss, you know, fuck all niggas, finesse them, pop this pussy all over town. Like, bro, how the fuck could you be chivalrous to a chick who's basically, when convenient, accepting hoism? So, again, I feel all these programming is coming from a specific agenda to try to reprogram a newer generation into moving and acting a certain way. Not the generation I'm in, of course, and not even the younger generation that's in their early 20s. I think the teenagers now who are now looking towards what they believe are acceptable relationships, I think they're torn. There's no middle ground. They're either watching red pill content that's telling them, fuck these bitches, or they're watching content that's just creating complete super sims that says, cut your dick off and be a simp. Like, there's no in the middle type of thing. Like, most red pill content is like, yo, fuck these bitches, homies over hoes. And most other content is like saying, yo, bro, to keep it real, you should be ashamed of yourself that you even have a dick. So how about you try to make up for the fact that you're masculine by being non-masculine and letting your girl be masculine? It's crazy. But it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. That's what's going on in these streets. Having a kid right now gotta be a scary thing, a scary phenomenon. You know what I've thought about recently, and I'm doing a pod. I'm doing a solo pod. Probably I'll probably do it tonight or maybe tomorrow. So you'll catch that in the coming days. By the way, if you don't know, I did a podcast with Sway Lee, Slim Jimmy, Young Blue. Go check out those podcasts as well. But, you know, I'm about to just, I like get on my rant shit about just random shit. But what I've just kind of thought about, and did I lose my train of thought? Wait. Oh, I was thinking about just kind of like the newer generation, and I was thinking about how I was raised and why I have certain ideals, and I was thinking about, like, you know, I'm in my 30s now, and I still feel terrified to have kids. And I was wondering, I'm like, yo, am I being odd or am I being weird? Or am I always just being cognizant of the times I live in, right? Like, for example, like, I seen this recently, and I couldn't tell if I was being extreme because I like this, right? In a sense of, there's some state, I can't remember what state bans social media without parent. Let me see which one. What a state did. Okay. Is it this? Is it Arkansas? Okay, it's Utah. So Utah has banned, they've banned social media for under 18-year-olds without without a parent's consent. And I actually think that's kind of cool. Just because I'm gonna be honest with you, like maybe I just had some arrested development. I remember when I got to college and I was gonna leave college, and I realized that people in high school, or fuck high school, middle school, were fucking in the hallways and shit. Like I got introduced to even just sexuality throughout high school, right? But then when you leave high school and you go to college and whatever, you realize the new generation is getting to that shit in like middle school. And I'm hearing people saying, they sucking dick at 14, 15. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Now I believe that, sexuality is kind of being introduced to children at like 10 to 12. Whether they're acting on it or not is up for public debate. But they're being introduced at a really young age. So, when you see social media, which has obviously helped somebody like me, and it's obviously that's my career, I wonder if I had a kid, would I have my kid on social media before they turned 18, where they could maybe there's some parenting and babysitting factors of social media where you can be like, hey, go watch this timeline and leave me the fuck alone. But you might just have somebody who you might have just introduced them to some degenerate behavior, bro. Like, I don't know. I've been just really thinking about it, where it's like, social media is a great thing. And by the way, when I was having this conversation, I try to be very fair. I didn't have somebody to debate with. So when I don't have somebody to debate with, I kind of just try to debate both sides for as long as I can. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, Ak, you also did say one of your only regrets in life is that you wish you started your career earlier. I pretty much started at like 19, 20. You wanted to start at like 16. But these days with for example, imagine having a kid on Twitter. Like, Twitter's full of porn. People telling a dude that, yo, that dick you got is whack. You gotta go get like a pussy right now. Like, yo, you gotta, like, bruv, like that's what's popping. That's what's going on right now. So it's like, I kind of look at that and I'm like, yo, damn, if I did bring a kid into this world, do I allow social media and the times and the happenings of what everything else is being pushed on us, or what society seems to be deeming cool, to kind of dictate what my kid comes to me and asks me questions about? Like, yo, why did my homie Johnny just fucking say he's about to chop his dick off or whatever? Or do I at least like, yo, bro, I'm from Jamaica. It's like, motherfucker, like, raise your kids the way you want to, and then when they become close to being adults, let them do what they want to do. So I've been thinking about that recently, which is kind of an interesting thing, because I don't even have kids. But I look at, we now live in a world and time where social media drives and influences everything. And it goes even beyond that, because that thought brings me to my next topic. It brings me to AI. It brings me to, artificial intelligence, which I've been so kind of eager to talk about. If you listen to the conversation I had with Young Blue, I talked a lot about artificial intelligence, because I think there's some great usage of it, but I think there's a lot of fear too, because you don't know what it could create. It's kind of an interesting time that I'm watching this artificial intelligence shit happen. So AI, obviously we know AI through the music stuff. Like I just read, they took down a Drake Weekend AI song. Like, they took it down. Let's see if we can find it. Is it Hard on My Sleeves? Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. I think this is it. Is this it?
Came in with my ex like Selena, the flex, bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left. She know what she need, or she blessed, giving my best, yeah. I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that, 21, I love him, they're my brother, that's my stat, Metro made the beat, beat, so you know that it's gon' slap, ayy. Yeah, it's gon' slap, ayy. Tell him run it back. Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves. She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world, yeah, you were my world.
Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my check. Like Selena, baby, on my cheetah, baby, yeah. She taking a Lambo for a drive, it's an Aventador. And she way out the store. I got my heart on my sleeve with the city on my back, ain't no black. Say she from Toronto, but can't find it on the map. That's on me, I put her in the past.
Yo, no bullshit. Is this a real song? Wait, this song on Metro album, right? Or is this like completely made up? Is this like a real song?
Mail with my ex, like Selena, the flex, ayy. Bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left, ayy. She know what she need, all she blessed, ayy. Giving you my best, ayy. Yeah, I got my heart on my sleeve with a knife in my back. What's with that, ayy? 21, I love him, they're my brother, that's my stat, ayy. Metro made the beat, so you know that it's gon' slap, ayy. Yeah, it's gon' slap, ayy. Tell him run it back. Talking to
Wait, this song is fucking made up?
a diva.
Let me just play the whole thing first.
Oh yeah, she on my nerves. She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world, yeah, you were my world.
Got these girls on my neck, got these girls on my check. Like Selena, baby, on my cheetah, baby, yeah. She taking a Lambo for a drive, it's an Aventador. And she way out the store. I got my heart on my sleeve with the city on my back, ain't no black. Say she from Toronto, but can't find it on the map.
Oh my god.
That's on me, I put her in the past. Let's know that.
Talking to a diva, yeah, she on my nerves.
Oh.
She think that I need her, kick her to the curb. All I know is you could've had the world, yeah, you were my. I came in with my ex, like Selena, the flex, ayy. Bumping Justin Bieber, the fever and left, ayy. She know what she need, all she blessed, ayy. Giving you my best.
Okay, let me just stop it here because I don't want to get any of the streams cut. Hey, this was my whole thing about AI. What happens when the AI gets better than the artists who are uninspired? Who, because they care about creativity and artistry, they have clammed up. They don't want to work with other people. So their creative process is the same that it's been for the last 5-10 years. We're hearing the same sounds. They're not that creative. Obviously, not Drake and Weeknd. They're still pretty creative. But what happens when the AI songs get better than their songs? Sorry to tell y'all. I've never heard the song before. It's the first time I'm playing it right now. This song's better than Search and Rescue. 100% by a mile. So what happens when an AI song created by fans, or maybe created by a couple of writers or producers who have just cooked this up, is better than the songs that Drake could produce? What happens then? What happens then? Are we here for the best art, or do we suppress the art to protect the integrity of the artist? That's the interesting part of it. That's the interesting part of it. I've said that I think that people are scared of this technology now in terms of music, but they will be eventually going to use it. You know why? I believe that what happens when, hey, if somebody goes to Pop Smoke's family and say, yo, you know, we found this rhyme book. He wanted to record these type of songs before he passed away, but we could still get his voice to do it. All we have to do is use AI. Is that a problem? Will you be mad? His family wanted to do that. What about Pooh Shiesty? He's locked up. He probably want to record certain songs that he probably got ideas he record over a jail phone to his homies. Maybe there's a production company that could make that happen. Is that wrong? Why don't you use AI? Why don't you use AI for reference tracks? People make reference tracks. If music is about making the best art, Why not utilize the technology rather than suppress it? What better way could we tell that you're a great writer or a great producer other than you making a full track with AI? Oh shit, I just heard, if I'm Drake and a writer comes with me with some rhymes, now I gotta think about how you would sing it and I would sing it. Oh shit, no, I already got your voice singing this shit. Maybe you could redo it or add ad-libs to your own AI. Also, here's the thing, and I mentioned this on the Young Blue episode. Drake is somebody, he's at every fucking front row seat at every basketball game. He's fucking 30 bitches. He got mad things, mad motion. You think he got time to really be cooking up lyrics and all that type of stuff? If AI could basically come up with ideas, or people could present ideas with the use of AIs, isn't your album creation process even easier and quicker? You've worked with Quentin Miller to create some of the greatest works. What's wrong with that? I think this will be used, especially for posthumous or locked up artists, and I think it will be refined over time. Now, I was going to wait for this, but I'll give you the announcement now. Chat, what was going to happen pretty soon is that there's a producer. He said he made the, which one was it? He said he made Ariana Grande Controller. He wants to come on stream. He's going to show us how to do it. Y'all, is that cool with y'all? He wants to come. This is, he made this.
I do it how you say you want it. Them girls, they just wanna take my money. They don't want me to give you nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't wanna see me find your loving. They don't wanna see me smiling back when they creep.
The guy who made this is down to come on stream and show us all how to do it. Y'all down for it? I'll schedule with him. We could probably get him on next stream. He hit me up. He said, he's a producer too, by the way. But he knows how to use and manipulate AI. I'm rocking with it. Here's what I believe with AI. So let me give my opinion on it. It's dangerous, but it's good. I think it's dangerous because I think certain artists are feeling that their works or their voice or what they believe is their sound could get, number one, hoard out. Number two, could get manipulated to say things they didn't say, which is a problem. But number three, and this might be the biggest one, it's about ownership, right? If the person who created that song with The Weeknd and Drake, if Drake didn't create it or didn't sing it, why, like, who owns it? Now, I personally believe that Drake and The Weeknd should own it. But here's the thing. These labels at this point are not set up to be going through a bunch of litigation with these things because, number one, I think a court would agree that if you're creating a song using a AI that's kind of using Drake's voice to re-record it or record it in a whatever way, that should be Drake's creation or Drake should own a part of the copyright to it. However, here's the thing. What happens when you have a song with multiple artists? It's Drake and The Weeknd, but it's neither of them. I mean, granted, Drake and The Weeknd, they're both on Republic, but they both have separate deals and separate situations within UMG. Whose song does it become? If you don't know how the music industry works, it's a lot on splits, right? What's the split on that? What's the publishing? How does that go? There's a lot to be figured out. Here's the thing, and I will say this to newer artists now. If you're going to sign a new contract, and I believe because the music business, trust me, they're usually slow, but they ain't that slow. Anybody who signed a contract, I would imagine as of this month going forward, it's going to say that the label owns your AI recordings in perpetuity and also probably has different splits if in certain circumstances they're forced to use it. And also I can imagine the label try to use leverage to say if you are unwilling to create music as per their instructions or otherwise, they are allowed to drop music with your voice or your voice and likeness using AI. That's gonna be very scary. So again, this technology is super scary where like you don't know where it's gonna go, but that's kind of what it is. You know what I mean? So let's ask for voice ownerships. Someone said you can't copyright the tone of a voice. You're right. However, if the tone of a voice is made off of, remember, the AI is not a real thing. Like, that's the thing with art. Basically, I think they're going to just attribute it. If you use my voice, and I don't know if you guys know how AI works, it basically it uses something as a foundation and creates almost a palette where it could create anything. If you use me as the foundation, I am the creator. Do you get what I mean? Because the AI software itself can't be the creator, and it's going to come to some litigation and say, well, whoever wrote that for Weeknd and Drake, why don't they get like something, you know what I mean? Why don't they get, they should have some writer credits or whatever the case is. That's going to be very interesting if you ask me. So I said Creative Commons, nah. You can tell it's not going to be seen as Creative Commons, like under a Creative Commons license, because you're already watching UMG blanketly pull down Eminem AI songs saying, yo, this song belongs to Eminem. Now, what's going to happen is that somebody who is a part of this AI program or a writer, they're going to have to take this to court and try to escalate it to say, well, fine, it is Drake's or it is The Weeknd's or it is whoever's voice is being used, but like in the creation of music and the process of creating music, I wrote it, so I'm owed, or I should go through some arbitration for royalty points, or I should go through having my what do you call it again? Publishing. It's gonna be a big thing. You know what I mean? Somebody said fair use. It can't be fair use when I get what you're trying to say with fair use. You're just trying to take a bunch of things and manipulate it. Nah. That's why the courts. Hey, somebody's waiting right now to see that first court decision. And if you ask me, I think Universal, because I think these major labels, they're not going to have to bring it to court first because they have too much of a stake. They do too much business with YouTube, Spotify, this and third. So when they say take our shit down, a singular artist is not going to be able to tell Spotify, oh, no, that's actually not Drake. That's an AI kind of operating in Drake's vocal tone or whatever the case is. You know what they're going to say? Fuck you. We don't know you. We do business with these guys. We're taking it down. So somebody's going to have to sue, and they're going to have to sue these big record labels and probably put in some of these streaming services in their lawsuit and then go through the painstaking process of maybe a couple of years of getting that landmark decision. Once that landmark decision gets given, now you can start making some other things. Spillmaster, what's up with you, brother? I see you. Don't you worry, I see you, brother. All right, let me see what else. Okay. I think we've gotten to a good enough point. We gave you 6 hours today, chat. We are gonna call it a night for tonight. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm doing an interview. I'll give you the heads up. I'm doing an interview. Y'all can hit me personally if y'all have questions to it. I'm doing an interview for Off the Record for Conway. So Conway, I'm gonna interview Conway, and I'm gonna crank out a solo podcast as well. Other than that, I'm sorry for being absent from streaming a little bit. I'm glad I'm back on YouTube. I'm glad I'm back on Twitch. I'm glad I'm back on Facebook. And obviously our home, which is Rumble, I'm glad I'm there as well. So, this is kind of a welcome back to all the platforms that we're used to. We'll get in the kind of, we're going to get in the groove of things. You know what I mean? Salute to the people who subscribe on either platform. Whether you're on the negotiator page gifting subs, appreciate you. Whether you're on Twitch, obviously gifting subs, appreciate you. Whether you are becoming a member on Rumble or you're gifting Rumble rants as well, I appreciate you guys as well. All right. Let's call it a day here. I'm also going to watch some playoff games. So I know the NBA playoffs is going on. I got LeBron winning. If not LeBron, you know I got my boy Big Giannis. Other than that, I'm going to go kick it for the rest of the night. Try to give you some more content in terms of streams. I got to cut up some parts of the, and by the way, I do this myself. The Young Blue video that we did. And yeah, I will see you most likely tomorrow. I can't tell you what time I'm going to see you tomorrow, but you know, today was an early stream. We got to get back on a night schedule. So if you're asking me, maybe tomorrow night. All right. Love y'all, chat. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching on Rumble. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Thank you guys for welcoming me back and appreciate me and tuning in on Twitch. All right. By the way, also last thing before I get off, the money that we got from all the purchases, and this is all due to y'all. I want to clap it up for y'all. I want everybody to clap it up. It's about $5,000. You know, we sold these shirts for about like $28 a pop after the discount or whatever. We got about $5,000 for the Caldego t-shirts. I'm going to be donating $5,000 to a worthy cause. I want you guys to help me to find that cause. I don't want to pick something. I want you guys to help me. Again, it doesn't have to be a big organization. It could be something small, but we want to make sure it's worthy, okay? Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing for that. I plan to do more of these situations where your contribution or your merch purchase or whatever, or even maybe some with subs where it will go back into a worthy cause. But we have about $5,000. It was actually like $4,000 something. I rounded it. All $5,000 would be donated to. By the way, somebody in LA bought like literally like $2,000 worth of product. I kid you not. All right. So please let me know where we're donating that $5,000 to. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I feel very loved and very appreciated. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully a nice stream. If you guys don't know when I'm streaming, I know I have a schedule. You'll see, just pop on my page from time to time and you'll see a scheduled stream. And usually once it's scheduled, I'll get on. All right. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.